I'm Kevin Zelko, and this is For the Love of the Neighborhood, where I tour Seattle's different neighborhoods, and today we're in Queen Anne. Queen Anne has an amazing location just west and north of downtown. It has the Puget Sound surrounding on one side and Fremont to the north, and Lake Union to the east. Queen Anne also has some excellent transit options with Highway 99 running through it and not very far from the connection to I-5.
It's often a wonder where Queen Anne gets its name from. I've wondered it as a citizen of Seattle since I moved here practically, because it always comes up. Hey, that's in Queen Anne. Well, what's Queen Anne called? Why are we named after a queen? Well, it's not that. And as many good things in the Seattle area, the term for the American style of Queen Anne is actually from Philadelphia. So a lot of great things come from Philadelphia. I found people too, even the person filming this maybe from what I know. But so the American style of Queen Anne is just ornate roundings, large pitched roofs, wraparound kind of porches. You'll see tilings and fancy wood decorations. So there's not too many of these Queen Anne style houses around anymore, just because they've been outdated and many of them were built in the early 1900s. But when you do find them, they're a gem and they're great to see. This one's views are immaculate with the Needle in downtown behind it. So now you know what Queen Anne is, and it's not a reference to the Queen. It's to the British style of houses updated to the American style. And again, they're going away, so enjoy them while they're here.
So all those that may come here may enjoy its view. That's what the Kerry family said when they donated this park to the city of Seattle in the 1920s. The Kerry family were a lumber family and real estate and those kind of businesses, but they built this park and donated to the city, and it's a very popular place where a lot of Seattleites come to enjoy the beautiful views here, often at sunset. It's just a gorgeous spot and very crowded. There's wonderful statues here, and you'll also see it inside some favorite movies out there, 10 Things I Hate About You, or maybe that other TV show that I've never really cared for, Frasier. So come on down. It's a great place to get some amazing views.
Queen Anne is very hilly. As you can see, everywhere you look, you will see hills. It's a fun place to go on a hike. When I'm showing houses, I often have to bring sweat gear so that I don't look like I've just ran a marathon or anything, etc., just so I look sharp, because it is mighty hilly. And I mean, parking's interesting up here. But back in the day, early 1900s, they had what's called a counterbalance. That would be a trolley hooked up to a balance that was at the top that would basically lift it the trolley up to the top of the hill. This old-fashioned method was quite neat to look at. And if you go watch videos and look on the internet, it'll keep you interested for a while. It worked until about 1950, when a bunch of 15-year-old hooligans, apparently it's 50 of them, went and started throwing rocks at it and attacked the car, the counterbalance car, and never worked again. They never repaired it, and that was the end of the counterbalance system. So those darn kids ruined the fun. Now today, we recognize that there's a lot of businesses called Counterbalance. There's a brewery, Counterbalance Brewery, etc. So it's just kind of a nice piece of history. When you're driving up Queen Anne Hill, just imagine a trolley being pulled and weighted by a counterbalance. Excellent. Enjoy.
Queen Anne is loaded with great restaurants and bars. Some of my favorites are the 5 Spot, Buckley's, Queen Anne Beer Hall, Solo, Hilltop Ale House, Sisters and Brothers, Big Mac's Burger. I like the cocktails at McMiniman's. The sitting room is very stylish. The Speakeasy on Roy with the big elephant is awesome if you can get in. The Streamline Tavern before hockey games is one of my favorite spots. Targy's Tavern, great place to get a beer. The Uptown Hop House has an excellent beer menu always. And the Masonry has some of the best pizza, as well as having amazing beer.
Everyone loves a cult show. At least my wife does. Queen Anne has its own history of a cult that happened. I didn't know about it until I started researching for this. But the Israel Love Cult, which was kind of a hippie Christian pseudo religion where you've heard the story a million times, where a male leader starts to build a group of people around a religion, gets powerful, inherits a bunch of land, and they acquired about 15 houses in the Queen Anne area, which is pretty massive. And I'm just standing near one right now that's been resold a couple times. But just check out the Israel Love story. They kind of followed a Christian love hippie aspect to their religion, but the neighborhood actually really embraced them. You had a bunch of long-haired hippies running around the neighborhood, and the neighbors ended up loving them because they would do these neighborhood watches at night, and they'd make sure the neighborhood was kept safe. So that was one of the positive things that they offered. But some of the free love and the male-dominated aspects of the culture really rubbed most of the members wrong, and they eventually kicked out Israel Love. They ended up moving to Blaine and had some land up there. But it's kind of an interesting little Queen Anne story and nugget. There's also a book that a former member has written, so check it on out. And that's the Israel Love Cult that takes place in Queen Anne up here.
The median price for a single-family home in Queen Anne is $1.35 million. The median price for a townhome in Queen Anne is $1.2 million. Queen Anne has about 57% of the homes are condos. The median price for a condo on Queen Anne is $536,000. Condos will sit for about 20 or 30 days before they finally sell.
Thanks for coming along on my tour of Queen Anne. This has been For the Love of the Neighborhood, Queen Anne edition. I tour all the different Seattle neighborhoods. If you'd like to see more tours like this, give me a like and a follow and come along around Seattle with me.